Mozambique. Due to low-lying areas, Mozambique is particularly vulnerable to climatic change. Being situated downstream of 9 international river basins, most flooding here depends on the amount of rainfall in the neighboring countries located upstream. Additional hazards are caused by the drainage system discharge in the Indian Ocean at the Mozambique coastline. Localized flooding is common and affects thousands of people during the yearly floods in coastal cities like Beira, which are situated below sea level. The National Institute of Disaster Management, INGC, estimates that 54 districts across the country are vulnerable to seasonal flooding, affecting over 340,000 people.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Martinezzi. I'm the Country Director for Plan Mozambique. We made a decision to react to the floods and to the affected population in Shockway on around January 28th. And in doing so, we started to join the clusters, we started to hold ERT meetings, we started to make decisions on what cluster we would react to, and made the decision to react in education. And we immediately informed this decision to the regional office and to IH and started to intensify our alert messages to the alert group, and our sit reps were being circulated widely. And what happened was, and I was really impressed by this, is that Plan, for such a young agency being involved in emergency response, Plan Regional Office and Plan IH were extremely quick and effective and efficient in helping us and supporting us to respond. Within days, even hours, we had our contingency plan, our contingency fund released by the Regional Office. Plus they searched for other resources and immediately had the Swedish National Office and the Finnish National Office donated funds very quickly in the short term, and international headquarters also responded very quickly, and Roger Yates' team responded with an additional 125,000 almost within hours of us making our decision to respond to the floods. So we had the resources ready, and not only did they give us funding in terms of monetary support, but they supplied us with Agnes, the logistics specialist from the regional office, Grace, the communications specialist, other IH specialists were on hand to come if we needed. Uni asked us if we needed any help with medical assistance, medical advice, because there was some news coming out that there was cholera. We had Ali Terry helping us with communications plans. Everybody was standing by, offering support almost every day to come in and assist us if we needed it, but at the same time giving us space to be autonomous and to make our own decisions and to ask help when we required. So that was really, for me, with background in emergency situations, something quite impressive with the regional office and international headquarters, that they were so prepared and available to give us the help when we required it. And I think it really helped us to respond so quickly and for us to be able to get the supplies out as quickly as we did.
This was an operation which shows that the DPP can make difference when countries have finished their DPP. That was the main document we used in order to make a decision to respond. I remember when the situation started, to evolve in the field, and we had to assemble the emergency response team. The first reaction we had was like, we have no capacity, we have never responded to an emergency, and this is outside our operational area. So why should we step in to respond? What we did was to ask them to look into the DPP and see one of the initial, in terms of decision making, we have set a threshold, which will be used to decide whether or not to respond to an emergency. And that was around 25,000 people, outside our PU area plan would respond. And so with that, in mind, the emergency response team and the country leadership had to decide, to move and respond to the emergency. That excuse was lack of capacity, and my advice to them was plan has capacity either in the region or globally, which can be sourced to come and support the plan. So we shouldn't excuse ourselves of responding to the needs of children because we lack capacity. We can have capacity. We have the roster and all those other sorts of of staff that we can activate when we really need support from external. So with all that information, on the table, it was easier for the emergency response team and the country management to decide to respond. And quickly we mobilized the team, and we deployed members of the emergency response team to go for the assessment. And we came back clearly with indication of what needed to be done, what were the pressing needs through the rapid needs assessment that was conducted. So in brief, I think those were the main steps that we took to make sure that Plan Mozambique gets involved in this floods response last January, February.
I imagine myself going back home today and there's nothing left in the house. My shoes are gone, my clothes are gone, and somebody comes and gives me a bag. So it's like somebody's giving me something that I missed out of my life. Those children lost so many things, and the only thing we gave them were school bags. But when we gave them those bags, it looks like we gave them back their lives. So for them it was more than just a bag. It was everything.
It's when you see that you did something, or you feel that you can do something. You can always do something to alleviate people that are suffering. So it's wonderful to see them smiling, happy, and to do. It's also wonderful to be part of something big, to support them. It's when you have the feeling of okay. We spend years working here, but it's when you realize that you are doing good things for children and to change, and it's when you see that you are changing someone's life.
When you see a child smile in times of emergency and stressful moment, you can look at it from both sides. There is this very hard and tough time, which is the half empty, but at the same time you can see it from the other perspective of the half full of the glass, and look at the child, the smile, the face, the emotions that give hope, encouraging to continue and support this particular child and his friends, and look at it from a positive perspective, like despite all these difficulties and difficult time, the child still can appreciate the effort and the situation, and also looking a bit ahead and knows that he's not alone, she are not alone. There's the family, there are the people around, they're trying to help and to improve their conditions. So, it gives hope and it gives encouragement to see a child smiling and giving you this emotional appreciation for all the efforts that you're trying to help and to put in.
In this humanitarian job, it is not just about work, but each day that we're here to touch lives, to bring hope onto people who are in need, and also to show to those who are able to help that every support and assistance they give can reach children who are affected. It's a joy, and this is our motivation and commitment to the cause of plan.